This all came out of last week's hearing where members of Congress questions the three amigas in anti-Semitism. That is the presidents of MIT, UPenn, and Harvard. UPenn's president is out of a job. As we have told you, Harvard and MIT's president remain on the job. Here's Congressman Burgess Owens with Harvard's president.
Is it okay to segregate people based on their color? Yes or no?
I oppose segregation.
Okay, well, I do too, but it's happening on your campus, okay?
And with us now, Congressman Burgess Owens of the great state of Utah. Good to see you, sir. Thank you. Where does this go from here?
Well, Leland, first of all, thanks so much for this opportunity. This is actually what our country's needed for a long time. Have to keep in mind what we're seeing on the streets is not something that's happened over the last couple of years. This has been an attack on our culture, our children, for decades. And it's people like this, these folks who have no idea what it is to go out there and truly debate, to work hard, to use meritocracy to get where they are. They fit a certain, they check the boxes. That's why affirmative action was such a dreadful thing for our country. She fits perfectly with affirmative action. They don't care. They don't care about the merit of what she's done and how she's done it, or the competition process. If she's the right color, if she believes in DEI, if she goes the route of the Marxists, which is to divide us and not bring us together, she checks the right boxes, and these are the kind of colleges that keep these people with a job. The great thing is Americans are waking up, Leland, and we're gonna start holding these people accountable for sure. These colleges.
Hey, look, what's happened and how, and I will use this pejoratively, these people, progressives, have been exposed in terms of their anti-Semitism and how they claim to champion diversity and equity and inclusion, so long as it is only people that they view as the oppressed rather than the oppressors, and on and on and on. This has been a real awakening. I think Dr. Swain was right that this has caused people to really question now the DEI movement. I think about the problems that we have in our country. You laid out why this is a problem. We have an open border, as you know, $33 trillion in national debt, high interest rates. Social Security and Medicare are going to become insolvent. Planes seem to be almost running into each other on a weekly basis because of problems with air traffic controllers. The V-22 Osprey is grounded right now. 34% say they're choosing to skip Christmas presents due to financial pressures. We've got real problems in America. I'm wondering why this is a problem. Private universities, which Harvard and MIT are, why is that the purview, and why is DEI there the purview of Congress?
Just first of all, think about what you just went through, and we could spend the next 30 minutes talking about more issues.
Oh, yeah. It's
called chaos. Understand that there's an ideology, there's a mindset, and it's called Marxism, that thrives on chaos. The goal of those on that side, they've used misery as a political strategy. The more hopeless we are, the more panicked we are, the more we think that everybody that's not our color, that's not our culture, is our enemy. The more we think that way, the more we depend on the government to get it fixed up. We the people, what we've done in the past is we look at each other and we look at meritocracy. We begin to see that we truly look at the value of inside out, not outside in. And it begins to blend where we're Americans more than anything else. Once we, the people, become truly American focused, there's nothing more powerful. And so they're trying to divide us. What we're saying, particularly as a party, we need to come together, my friends. We need to realize this misery is spread out to everybody. Their kids, no matter what the wealth of their families, are dying on fentanyl. It's because of what's happening at the border. You can have crime from this point moving forward. We're going to have to try to figure out how to get it down because we have so many illegal people coming to this country. We are at a position where I think we're going to come together, and this hearing was a good point to get started with. We realize we have some issues in these colleges we need to address.
Fair enough. It was a tough question. You gave quite the answer to it. Congressman, it's good to see you. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you before Christmas, but if not, Happy New Year to you and yours. Merry Christmas. We'll talk soon, sir. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.